Very good morning. Let's get you the very latest and it's an action-packed morning, Rishika, when we talk about that crucial meeting that's taking place and it's underway at JP Nadda's residence with Amit Shah there, Rajnath Singh there as well.
Well, absolutely. Let's go right across to Vedant Agarwal. He's joining us live from outside JP Nadda's residence. Vedant, who's reached and what's on the agenda?
Well, Rishika, what we can confirm right now is that the meeting has begun. At JP Nadda's residence, Rajnath Singh and Amit Shah arrived just a short while back. BL Santosh, the Party General Secretary organization, is also there at this particular meeting. Now, what we are being told is that the key focus is, of course, a discussion on the demands of the allies. Because remember, yesterday the NDA meet was held and the message has been sent out that it's the NDA that's going to form the government, and there's no doubt about that. So now, of course, the discussion is how will the cabinet actually take shape? Because while we're discussing, of course, Chandrababu Naidu and Nitish Kumar, let's also not forget the smaller allies for whom a cabinet berth also has to be ensured. Whether it's HAM, Jitan Ram Manji, Chirag Paswan, of course, the Nishat Party, Ajit Pawar's NCP, Eknath Shinde. So these are smaller allies. Their demands also have to be taken into consideration because this time around, the government heavily relies on its alliance partners, which is why even the smaller allies, have to be, their demands also have to be taken into consideration. So that's certainly the key focus as far as this meeting is concerned. Secondly, before the parliamentary meet tomorrow, the parliamentary party meet, when Narendra Modi will be elected as the leader of the parliamentary party, after which he's formally formally has the right to stake claim to the government. Before that, the party's leadership, the top party leadership, is also discussing the demands of the various top leaders within the party who, as many would say, were sidelined, whether it was in the state elections or in the past 10 years, who have, whose demands also have to be conceded now, as far as the cabinet is concerned, whether it was Vasundhara Raje, her son, of course, contested the Lok Sabha poll, Shivraj Singh Chauhan, of course, who had a key role to play as far as the victory in Madhya Pradesh is concerned, not only in the assembly polls, but also in the Lok Sabha polls, where he himself was a candidate, in fact, also Raman Singh Baghel. So these are key leaders whose demands have to be taken into consideration, not demands necessarily, but they have to be given their due credit, is what the BJP sources actually say. And in fact, JP Nadda, after the assembly elections, had said that these leaders, or indicated that these leaders would be given a position, at the center, which is why all of that is being mulled over. In fact, key arrivals today as well, because remember, Chief Ministers and Deputy Chief Ministers of all NDA-ruled states will be in the national capital starting this afternoon. Devendra Fadnavis, as Divya pointed out, will be meeting the Prime Minister and JP Nadda as well. So that, of course, is also a key focus. What BJP sources are also telling us that the central leadership, just a day after, or perhaps hours after the mandate, had asked for a consolidated report from the states that have really thrown up a surprise, including Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Maharashtra. These three are the key focus areas, and also West Bengal is what we are being told by sources. So those reports will also be discussed. What really happened? State units say that their demands were not taken into consideration. A constant movement here as well. If I can ask my camera person to quickly pan around and show you how the top leaders are constantly arriving here at JP Nadda's residence. So a key meeting currently underway. The meeting has begun, and right now it's the top leadership, the top central leadership, including Rajnath Singh and Amit Shah, who are at the meeting before the national office bearers from across states start arriving. As I said earlier as well, Rajnath Singh, as per sources, will have a key role to play. So constant movement here as well. That Rajnath Singh will have a key role to play as far as this coalition government is concerned. He's a veteran politician. He was a minister in the Vajpayee government as well. So he knows, how a coalition government actually works. He has close relationships with all allies, including Chandrababu Naidu and Nitish Kumar. So he will take center stage. In fact, what's interesting also, the last point that I want to make here also is that yesterday at the NDA meet, sources close to Mr. JP Nadda tell us that what the allies have also demanded, apart from the cabinet berths, etc., that you guys have been discussing, is that they want a direct line with the Prime Minister. That is a sense that I get from sources, that there can't be any via mediums as far as the communication between the allies and the Prime Minister is concerned. This has been a key demand, both by Nitish Kumar as well as Chandrababu Naidu, that they want a direct line with the Prime Minister on policy making making, on governance decisions as well. So all of that being discussed because, it's much more than just the cabinet. It's about how this coalition government will actually work as far as issues of governance and policy making are concerned.
Meetings and more meetings that are taking place, internal meetings as well as meetings between different stakeholders. So currently the BJP is meeting amongst themselves at JP Nadda's residence where Vedant is. Chandrababu Naidu is chairing an important meeting of all the TDP leaders at his residence in Vijayawada, and Nitish Kumar has a couple of JDU leaders at his house in Delhi as well. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this works out. One wonders what was discussed yesterday, what was asked, and now what is sort of being taken back to all of those leaders. Let's go right across to Aishwarya joining us with the very latest. Aishwarya, Chandrababu Naidu is meeting with TDP MPs, and the TDP MPs will of course be heading to Delhi now after this meeting concludes.
Sir, live frame, live.
Right, Rishika,
Yes,
certainly it's Chandrababu Naidu is meeting all the MPs at his residence as far as the elected MPs are concerned, and there you can see just behind me multiple cars on the way towards his residence, and we've been told that after meeting all the MPs, these MPs will be proceeding towards Delhi, and this would be very crucial. Remember, there are series of meetings which are lined up as far as TDP is concerned, and Chandrababu Naidu will be meeting all the MLAs as well after this meeting. Remember, yesterday after Chandrababu Naidu came from Delhi in midnight, he clearly had stated that the letter of support, including the Jan Sena MLAs and also with the Bharatiya Janata Party MLAs, that would be handed over to the governor so that the next process can start to form for the formation of the government in Andhra Pradesh. But this is, the meeting which is currently underway of the member of parliament that had been elected. Remember, 16 MPs in total had been elected from the TDP as far as Andhra Pradesh is concerned, and therefore the reason perhaps what we are talking since morning is about the negotiation that Chandrababu Naidu can do with the NDA as far as taking the speaker's post, also the demands of 3 to 4 ministries as far as the health, education, rural development ministry, and the key ministry of shipping. That's what also the demand that has been raised by Chandrababu Naidu, and whether that would be fulfilled or not is that something remains to be seen. But certainly a series of meetings today that are lined up, and just behind me is Chandrababu Naidu's residence. Since morning there had been a lot of leaders who also came up to meet Chandrababu Naidu where he is back in Vijayawada from Delhi, and currently the TDP MPs are meeting Chandrababu Naidu. Soon after that the MLAs will come to Chandrababu Naidu's residence, and that meeting will also take place. So certainly a very crucial one indeed as far as what these MPs have to do. But we've been told that in Delhi as well, when these MPs will reach the national capital, they will also conduct a meeting, and there could be this parliamentary meeting that can take place, and the TDP parliamentary leader can be elected, that can meet the top leadership of the Bharatiya Janata Party as well. And the message clearly is that the decisions that will be taken at Chandrababu Naidu's residence today will be sent across to Delhi, and these will be decisions of the negotiation that they wanted to do to have more say in the center. What they demand is something that will be sent across from this meeting to the national capital.
Right. Thank you so much, Aishwarya, for joining us. Of course, that crucial meeting taking place at the residence of Chandrababu Naidu, just ahead of that crucial meeting coming up tomorrow, the NDA meeting that's going to be held. This is, of course, on the heels of the meeting that was held yesterday, Rishika. So, back-to-back meetings there in order to discuss really as far as the cabinet berths are concerned, the key positions are concerned. The TDP there, of course, also from what we're hearing, is wanting to demand the post of the speaker.
Well, that's right. Let's get a word from Ishika, joining us live from outside of Nitish Kumar's house. Ishika, you've been reporting that there are several key leaders of the JDU who have arrived at Nitish Kumar's residence in the national capital. So what's happening there? What are you picking up?
Well, as you rightly pointed out, it is a day of back-to-back meetings, and so is here, at Nitish Kumar's residence here in the national capital. This is in fact, day 2 of Nitish Kumar here in the national capital, and today yet again, there is a meeting, that is scheduled, and all the leaders of the JDU, be it the Rajya Sabha members or be the senior leaders of the JDU, they continue to arrive at Nitish Kumar's residence. So far, if we talk, Sanjay Jha, in fact, is inside. Along with him, in fact, Afaq Ahmad Khan is also inside. Khiru Mato is also inside. Ramnath Thakur, another Rajya Sabha member of the JDU, is also inside. So all of these, big leaders of the JDU, they continue to be inside Nitish Kumar's residence because, meeting has to take place, and, what we are, in fact, expecting is that this meeting is to discuss as to what will be the point that will be put forth by the JDU in tomorrow's NDA meeting, because so far all the leaders who have gone inside, we have tried to talk to them, but they are not commenting on the agenda of the meeting that is scheduled today. But it is in fact expected that the discussions will be around the NDA meeting that has to take place tomorrow, as to what will be the points that will now be given by the JDU, and especially with the demands that have already been made by JDU, that is of 2 cabinet berths and 1 MOS portfolio. If that is not given, then what is the alternative? All of this discussion is going to take place today, and that is why leaders, many leaders, already have arrived here at Nitish Kumar's residence. We'll still have to wait and watch as to how the BJP sees the demands of Nitish Kumar, because, we are talking about 2 very important ministries. We are talking about the finance ministry. We are talking about the railway ministry. Railway ministry, if you look at, look at the work of the Modi government 2.0, we have seen, many flagship schemes, be it, Vande Bharat, be it Amrit Bharat, all of that, in the railway ministry.
Obviously,
so
there's going
BJP
to be a huge pound of flesh that is going to be demanded. I think the story here is going to be on what are the negotiables and what are the non-negotiables as far as these leaders are concerned. But
Rishika, the
like
promises
we've been
and the
maintaining,
positions that they are willing to give to, of course, when we talk about the TDP, the JDU, the Shinde-led Shiv Sena and the LGP, who have won 16 seats, 12 and 7 and 5 seats respectively. Those are the key players that we are talking about, Rishika, who will, play that important
yes,
role.
the
as far
LGP has
as
won 5.
The formation
5
is
out of
concerned.
5.
Yes, and that's really on the agenda that's going to be coming up in that meeting tomorrow and in the run-up to that as well, Rishika.
Yes, absolutely. Vedant, back to you, because ultimately the balancing act is going to be played by the BJP. They are the single largest party, though well short of the halfway mark, which is why we're having conversations on negotiables and non-negotiables. So the allies can demand the large chunk of the pie, but what are the negotiables and non-negotiables as far as the BJP is concerned? I think that's going to be very interesting. They also have their own internal party dynamics that they're going to have to look at. Several tall leaders who can't be slighted at the behest of the allies, and at the same time there will be no NDA without the allies. So key meeting there. Interesting that Amit Shah, JP Nadda and Rajnath Singh are there. BL Santosh is also expected to be there. So who all are in that meeting? And this of course is coming in about 24 hours ahead of that big parliamentary party meet tomorrow.
That's right, Rishika. In fact, what sources are also telling us, in fact, this is something that is being discussed by the central leadership as we speak, is the 3 MP formula. Now, this was, remember, something that was, in a sense, pitched for by the allies, both the TDP as well as the JDU. 1 ministry per 3 MP. So, the plausibility of this is something that is being discussed by the central leadership right now, because remember, it's 16 MPs and 12 MPs, as far as both these allies, the JDU and the TDP, are concerned. So, can they manage to give so many ministries to the allies if they follow that 3 MP formula? So, that is something that's also being discussed by the central leadership as per sources. So, you talk interestingly about the negotiables and the non-negotiables. Perhaps it's the top 4, the Raisina Hills really. That is something that is going to be discussed in this key BJP meeting right now. the Finance Ministry, the Home Ministry, the Defence Ministry, and the Ministry of External Affairs. These are the 4 ministries that are, of course, going to be key. Whether even one of them is given to either of the allies, that is going to be extremely interesting, because what sources also say is that the TDP has asked for MOS Finance and the JDU has asked for the Finance Ministry. So that is interesting because one of the top 4 ministries could be given to either of the allies. So these are, of course, nitty-gritties and something that the central leadership will have to take a final call on. But what we can confirm at the moment is that sources tell us that the 3 MP formula is being discussed very seriously by the central leadership. What call they take finally before that NDA parliamentary meeting tomorrow, that remains to be seen. As you said, many internal dynamics to be sort of navigated through as well by the central leadership, including top state leaders who were asked to contest the Lok Sabha polls, who were not given the chief ministerial post despite the party coming to power in those particular states. So all of that to be discussed. Also smaller allies, as I'm emphasizing, they are not equally important, but as important as far as the cabinet formation is concerned, including parties like the Nishad Party, the JDS, as you mentioned, also and the NCP Ajit Pawar faction, though it did not manage to really win many seats as far as Maharashtra is concerned. So all those parties to be taken into consideration as well. The meeting has begun here at JP Nadda's residence.
Yes, Vedant, we're talking about the JDS winning 2, but let's not forget the RLD has also won 2. So even those 2, how they are actually accommodated is going to be very interesting to see, because of course as far as the numbers stack up, Chandrababu Naidu has the edge, and then Nitish Kumar, and then of course the LJP as well, that's 1-5. So the numbers there are very interesting. Shinde actually, the Shinde camp, which has come up with 7 in Maharashtra. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the dynamics there play out. So it's an interesting meeting. I think the meeting you're saying has begun a short while ago. It also remains to be seen. One of those headlines from the meeting will be how long it went on for. Vedant, we always report it like that, don't we? The duration of that meeting, it's an important indicator of what went down. All right.
Absolutely, because remember there's a lot on agenda,
Yes.
Rishika, not just the cabinet and the portfolio.
Go ahead.
Right, so there's a lot on agenda, as I said, Rishika, not just the cabinet and the portfolios that have to be allotted to, allies as well as, the party leaders of the BJP. But also remember, sources tell that the BJP has already started introspecting as far as the losses are concerned. The BJP has already sought reports from the state units. State presidents will start arriving later today. JP Nadda will be presiding over that key meet as well. So there's going to be back-to-back meetings before the key parliamentary meet tomorrow. The BJP has already started factoring in the castes, in a sense, that have not stood by the BJP these elections. So that is something that the BJP is also looking at, particularly in UP, where the caste dynamic is extremely important. Why the backward castes didn't vote for the BJP, including the SCs, including the entire Rajput anger in the western UP belt. So all of that will be factored in, because the cabinet is not just about accommodating leaders, but also about sending out the right message as far as the caste arithmetic is concerned, because of course their bid will also be to consolidate their position ahead of the assembly election. So a lot really at stake, and the cabinet will be the first message that will be sent out, and it will give us an impression of how the coalition government will actually work in the next 5 years. Rajnath Singh, as I said, is going to be a key mediator. That's what sources are constantly emphasizing, that Rajnath Singh has taken has assumed a central role as far as the entire functioning of this coalition government is concerned.
Forming that new government has, the Shinde-led Shiv Sena faction playing an important role as well. And